Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I've had a BB-8 post, mostly because I've been procrastinating. I think I mentioned in my last post that I am at a pretty tedious stage of the process, which I definitely am. So where I'm at now is doing a little bit of gap filling. So last time I had all the panels on, which worked out really well, and there was just gaps in between. If I roll this over, you can still see some existing gaps, like how these two panels don't quite match up. So that exists kind of everywhere, and then you can see right above that what I've been doing is this type of shimming these gaps here. Basically I'm printing out a bunch of small plastic pieces, like these guys here, printing out these little strips, and I'm also printing out these bigger end pieces here, and I'm using them just to kind of fill up these gaps. So I use the bigger end pieces here in between the larger panels, and then I use the small ones here to fill up little gaps like that. So I've basically just been gluing them on and then sanding them back down, but you can see it's getting to be a nice fit throughout. There's still, you know, little hairy spots here and there, but every time I go outside with the glue and the sander, it comes back a little better. So I think I did pretty good on these top four panels. You can see my little memento style notes here about where I'm sanding, where I'm shimming, how much I should do each one, etc., etc. So it's coming along. I just working on this upper half right here, these four panels. So here's a pretty big one. Next I'm going to be turning it on, rolling it over, and then working on the bottom four, which I haven't really touched yet, as you can see here with this nasty gap. I gotta say, this process has not been as awful as I had been making it out to be in my head, which is why I was putting it off for so long. It's going pretty quick. It's just a lot of gluing and sanding, which is kind of where I'm at with this whole entire build right now. But this all probably took me about 2 to 3 days worth of work just to get these in here, and then once they're in, I'm gonna have to start. You see how they're not really sitting super flush in some of the points. This one's especially bad, but there's these little bit of deviations here and there, so I'm going to have to fix that. That's going to get from sanding underneath the panels and various other things. Then I'm going to do the circular panels, which I came up with a clever little scheme to do that. If I grab my little tool here. So I printed these all as one piece, and this one's a bad example. Let me find another one. Yeah, here we go. So if you look at this one, these little lines, these lines here look pretty deep. Let me see if I can get that in focus. There we go. These lines look deep and nice, but then these lines here are pretty weak. They need to be carved out more. And the idea of carving plastic sucks. So what I did was I bought off Amazon for a couple bucks as I got this. It's basically a soldering iron with like a knife tip. And it comes with several tips, which will be good. And I think I could just heat this thing up a lot, or enough to the right degree, and just kind of melt out lines. Even just saying that, I'm sure this is going to be like a total horror show, but I have enough test panels that I can practice with. For the most part, I think it'll work. So first up, I'm getting the rest of these panels shimmed out and sanded, and then I'm going to get those finished off and painted, and then I'll start working on those circular panels and get this whole thing ready for finish work, and then we can put the head on it and start driving it around. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I think it's starting to look even better as it gets to be more spherical. Like seeing all these panels actually fitting together is really nice. It's going to be a cool little project when it's all done. Hopefully I can finish it before the end of the year. That would be fantastic, but we'll see what happens. Alright, thanks.